Ladies and gents, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate your time, Social Nurse here. There's a clip circulating online of a man that claims to be an African. He has a thick accent, right? According to this man, he's pictured here. He owned a company. He was a contractor for General Electric in Virginia. He employed a lot of Latinos. He also employed some, what this man referred to as African Americans. We know that means ethnically Black Americans, those of us that descend from enslaved people. Our people have been on this soil, the establishment of America, in its making, right, for over 400 years, maybe 500, right? And I'll get back to this man, but let me just say this. Interestingly, people pretend to not know. And I say pretend because there's no way that once they get here, they are clueless, right? A lot of Black Africans from Africa and other immigrants from other nations pretend, many of them are pretending, not all, but many of them are pretending to not understand or to know the impact of ethnically Black Americans, also known as African Americans. From this point on, I'm going to say ethnically Black Americans, right? You know, it's nuts, right? Because our impact and how this nation revolved around our ancestors is so embedded in the country. The United States of America, this great nation, went to war within itself, a civil war. And one of the main topics was the enslavement of ethnically Black Americans. It was one of the main topics of civil war. The nation was going to break up over this topic, this situation, right? So much of the Constitution, we're even in the Constitution. The Negro, the ethnically Black Americans, the enslaved Negro, right? Civil rights, there's just so much for people to pretend like they don't understand the impact of Black Americans, ethnically Black Americans, and why we say we are from America. That's because we are, and that is not me taking away from any large group of indigenous people that were here on this North American continent, right? We know that the settlers went at those people to capture this nation, Europeans, even the Spaniards, right? That's why so many nations in the West Coast, right? Chicanos and all, the names of a lot of the states and the cities and the streets are still of Spanish origin and name, right? With that said, back to this man. He said that his company he owns, he's a contractor for General Electric. He employs a lot of Hispanics or Latinos as well as some Black, ethnically Black Americans. According to him, the Latinos approached him, the owner, and suggested to him that fire the ethnically Black Americans and they will bring on their Latino comrades or friends, families, whatever they are. He can employ them and get rid of the Black people because they're going to do so much better at the work, what have you. This African man that you see pictured here seemed kind of shocked by it. He's an older gentleman. He's probably been here a little bit. He seems shocked by it. He, according to him, states that the Latinos were like, we have something in common. We are both immigrants. This African man and the Latino, which is probably true, right? All immigrants have something in common, and that is that they are immigrants, right? This man seemed appalled by the Latinos' suggestion as that to, why they would even ask him that question, right? I'm going to offer a little bit of information, right? And Black Africans should know this. Across the World Wide Web, you see Africans saying, we were told not to associate with Black Americans, that they're bad, right? They are clueless to the fact that part of the reason they are bigged up so much on working, the ones that aren't wealthy or having the finances to be educated, become doctors and all this stuff, even some of them, right? But there's a reason why you're coming over here, right? The fact of the matter is, to me, my opinion, I'm speculating. Everybody has access to the World Wide Web. Everybody knows that a lot of Africans come online, right? And they talk crap about Black Americans, right? Even from overseas, they pretend to not understand why, that Black Americans aren't immigrants. And, they kind of take. You'll see them up in all kinds of ethnically Black American situations, associations, schools, and writing the backs of ethnically Black Americans, right? Not only Africans, but other groups. But I get this. See, they don't care about any of that. Right? So I'm not saying that this man's video isn't true, but one of the things that a lot of these people, right, are learning from other ethnic groups and races and creeds and colors is that you say something favorable to or about ethnically Black Americans, many ethnically Black Americans are going to jump on the bandwagon and pat you on the back and say, yes, yes, bravo, are going to be just so happy to be appreciated. And I first wondered, I'm speculating, this is just a thought of mine, if that is why that Black man from Africa that you see picture here got online sharing this stuff, right? I wonder if he still has the company, right? I don't know. But one of the reasons why those Latino men that you share information about, wanting ethnically Black Americans fired, is that they know how you guys, many of you, if not that man, many of you think how you feel about ethnically Black Americans. You're not afraid to come online and just be really awful. Many of you towards ethnically Black Americans. You told us, right, that your parents and grandparents told you not to associate with us, that you don't like us, and many of you try to undermine what ethnically Black Americans have got going on. So I'm not going to mention Caribbeans at this point because this man said that he's an African. But that is why they know that many Black Africans are used to only competing against other Black Africans or people that look like them, right? That's all they are accustomed to doing, many of them. Whereas if you are here in America and you're ethnically Black American, you might compete against another ethnically Black American, but there's a whole nother group of people that you are in competition with as far as getting a piece of the pie, right? So this man might be telling the truth, but I kind of thought that maybe this is just some African up there trying to side with Black Americans and show some sort of solidarity for clicks and views. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. My apologies to this man if I am wrong. But, those Latinos that approach you with that knew that they would have your ear, and they know how many immigrant Africans feel so negatively about ethnically Black Americans, and just simply have voiced across the internet that they do not like ethnically Black Americans, so much so that it has awakened the ethnically Black American up, where we understand that our own identity is necessary, just as the African immigrants' own identity is necessary. There's nothing wrong with Africans from Africa wanting to be their own ethnic group, apart from being lumped in with Black Americans, right? And we can feel the same way, right? It just is what it is. Social nurse.